You're asleep. Everything is quiet. And then you see it. A snake. Maybe it's coiled in the corner of a room you don't recognize. Maybe it's sliding toward you through the grass, slow and certain. Or maybe it's already there, wrapped around your arm before you even understood what was happening. You wake up with your heart pounding, and before you're even fully awake, before your eyes have adjusted to the dark, you reach for your phone and you type the same thing millions of people type every single night. What does it mean to dream about a snake? Here's what almost nobody tells you. That snake was not random. Out of every single image your mind could have created while you slept, every person, every place, every memory, it reached past all of them and chose that one, the snake. And it did that for a reason. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that reason is. Not vague superstition. The real psychology of why your mind speaks in snakes and what yours is trying to tell you. Stay with me to the end, because the most important part, the one most people get completely wrong, comes later. Let's start with a simple question. Why snakes? Think about it. Of all the things to be afraid of in a dream, the snake is almost universal. People who have never seen a snake in their life still dream about them. And that's not an accident. It's built into us. The snake is one of the oldest images in the human mind. For millions of years, our ancestors who froze at the sight of a snake in the grass were the ones who survived. So that reaction got written into us, deep, long before language, long before logic. And every culture took that primal image and gave it meaning. In the story of Eden, the snake is temptation and forbidden knowledge. In ancient Greece, it coils around the staff of healing, the same symbol doctors still use today. There's the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, standing for death and rebirth in an endless circle. So notice something strange. The snake means danger, but it also means healing. It means death, but also rebirth. Poison in one hand, medicine in the other. That's exactly why it's such a powerful thing to dream about. The snake sits right on the line between fear and transformation. So what does it actually mean when it shows up in your dream? In psychology, especially in the work of Carl Jung, a snake usually points to something in your life that you have not fully faced yet. A change that's coming, a fear you've been avoiding, or a part of yourself you've quietly pushed down and tried not to look at. And here's the key. Snakes tend to appear at thresholds, at the exact moments when something inside you is shifting, even if your waking mind hasn't admitted it yet. The dream is often a step ahead of you. But a snake in a dream is never just a snake. What it's doing changes everything. So let's go through the most common ones, and I want you to notice which one feels like yours. First, the snake is chasing you, and you're running. This is one of the most common versions, and the meaning is almost painfully honest. Something in your waking life is following you, and you are refusing to turn around and face it. A conversation you keep putting off, a truth about a relationship, a decision you know deep down you've already made. The snake chases you in the dream because the thing it represents is chasing you in real life, and the faster you run from it, the faster it moves. Second, the snake bites you. A bite is a wake-up. Something or someone has gotten under your skin. When you dream of being bitten, ask yourself a hard question. Where in my life right now do I feel poisoned? Where do I feel betrayed or slowly drained by something I keep tolerating? The bite is your mind saying, this is hurting you, and you already know it. Third, you kill the snake. This one feels like a victory, and sometimes it is. It can mean you're reclaiming your power, facing the threat head-on. But there's a quieter reading too. Sometimes killing the snake means you're refusing to listen to it. Because remember, the snake also carries transformation. And it's possible to win by shutting down the very change you actually need. Fourth, there are many snakes. A pit of them, a floor covered in them. When it's not one snake but many, the feeling usually isn't a single big threat, it's overwhelm. A dozen small worries that have multiplied in the dark. Money, work, family, all of it tangling together until you can't tell where one fear ends and the next begins. And fifth, and this is the one people misread the most, the snake is calm. It doesn't attack, it just watches you, or moves past you peacefully. If you felt no terror, if anything you felt a strange stillness, then this was very likely never about fear at all. A calm snake is one of the oldest symbols of wisdom, healing, and transformation. It can mean you are standing right on the edge of growth. Something in you is ready to change. The snake isn't the threat, it's the messenger. And that brings me to the part I promised you, the part most dream dictionaries get completely wrong. They'll hand you a one-line answer. Snake equals enemy. Snake equals bad luck. And then you close the app and you've learned nothing about yourself. But Jung saw it differently. To him, the snake was a messenger from the deepest layer of your unconscious mind, the part of you that knows things your daily, busy, distracted self refuses to slow down and hear. The snake doesn't show up to scare you. It shows up because something inside you wants your attention, and this is the only language it has. And the fear you feel? Sit with this for a second. Often, the fear isn't really fear of the snake at all. It's the fear of change itself. Because the snake sheds its skin. It leaves an entire version of itself behind and crawls forward as something new. And some part of you knows it's being asked to do the same thing. That's why the most powerful snake dream of all is the one where you watch it shed its skin. If you've had that dream, pay close attention, because you are almost certainly outgrowing an old version of yourself right now. An old story, an old role, an old way of being small. And a part of you is ready to leave it behind. So before you go, here's what I want you to actually do with this. Don't ask, is a snake dream good or bad? That's the wrong question. Instead, ask yourself 3 things. What is changing in my life right now, even quietly? What am I avoiding looking at? And where, lately, have I felt threatened or poisoned or trapped? Because the snake is already pointing at the answer. Your mind drew you a map while you slept. All that's left is to read it. The snake isn't a curse. It isn't a warning of doom. It's a signal from the smartest part of you that something wants to be seen. So here's my question for you. In your dream, what was the snake doing? Was it chasing you, watching you, wrapped around you? Tell me in the comments. I read them, and the detail matters more than you think. And if you want to keep learning what your dreams are really trying to tell you, subscribe. Because your mind speaks in symbols every single night. Snakes, water, falling, fire. And once you learn the language, you start to understand yourself in a way most people never do. I'm glad you're here. Sleep well, and pay attention to what you dream next.